I'm not sure you're going to like what I'm going to say, but you would for sure like it if you would implement it. Believe me, trust me on this one. Failure could be one of the best things that ever happened to you, much better than any other class you took in university or any course you took. The lessons you can learn from it when it happened to you are so valuable, even more than gold. The problem is, if you won't learn from it, it could only be the beginning for a new disaster. Personally, I felt like failure many times in life. Even though sometimes people around me would think, wow, he's succeeding, he's doing pretty good. He got into there, he did that, he did that. And it doesn't really matter because it matters what you feel. In my case, what I felt. And when I felt like failure, I remember was a few times, I'll give you one example, was in the real estate business. So it started nice, it started pretty good. And then slowly when the project started to collapse, I was like, what's happening over here? I felt so bad inside. I know I was trying to, of course, make a business work, but also help people. And I was doing exactly the opposite. And I just couldn't understand why things are not working. Thank God then we were able to get out of that mess, at least most of it. And the lessons I learned over there are worth much more than any money I would have made in those projects. I want to share with you now some of the lessons I learned. We won't go through all of them, but I remember that so well, that feeling like a failure. I remember running in the park just feeling, I was feeling down. I was like, how is this happening? I went through the rules of the book and everything was supposed to go good, and people I gave, it was my fault. I gave them my trust without knowing them enough, and they kind of turned their back on me and caused a huge damage to my investors and myself. At the end of the day, whatever it was. I felt like a failure. Yeah, I felt pretty bad, even really bad. But when I was done with that, or even during that same time, after I was feeling the feeling, I wasn't running away. I thought, what can I learn from it? Because hopefully life from here is huge. There's so much more in front, and we never know what's coming. But in order to make that future better, at least to do our best we can, so we should use the past as a teacher. There were a few steps I learned in that failure experience that, help me every time I feel like a failure. I go back to those steps, and they also help me go through that time, and they also help me to be a lot better next time. Many times you'll hear, and myself including, you'll hear people say, push forward, right? Push forward, go on, and be persist. And that's all good, it's great. I'm not against that. But you have to feel that feeling of the failure. If you're there, don't try to push it aside. Don't say it's not there, because it's there and it hurts. It's there, it's hard. I totally understand you. You have to feel that feeling, because you can only move forward after you accept the situation. As long as you're in a place that you're telling yourself, I'm not sure things failed, or I'm not sure that things are not going the right way, and you know that they're not going the right way. You didn't do well, whatever it is that you're right now feeling like a failure with. And it's fine. We're human beings. Everyone goes through that. But what you need to understand is step number one, accept that. Feel that feeling, feel that pain of the failure. Only after you accept it and feel the pain, the hurt of being a failure, only then you can move on. There's a really famous saying, I think it's Churchill, I don't remember the exact words, but basically, success is failing again and again, and every time getting up and implementing whatever you have learned until you get and succeed whatever you want to get. So it's really important to understand that failure, as long as you learn from it, it's valuable, but you have to feel it and accept it, that right now you failed and it's fine, it's okay. No, don't beat yourself up for it. It's part of the process. Now, step number two, after you have done that, ask yourself, what can you learn from this failure? Okay, it happened, it's here. I remember once in the business world, someone told me a story that was supposed to be valuable for me in one of my business trips, and I heard it was nice, but until I didn't go through that experience, I didn't learn the same. So the same thing like you. What can you learn from the failure? The fact is, it was done. Now that it was, what can you learn in order that next time when you get to a similar situation, not only that you won't fail, you'll be in a much better place and you will know how to grow from that situation. So after you have felt the feeling, took the message with you, the third step is gratitude. There are so many things in life you have right now, and sometimes we take it for granted. The most amazing things in life are the ones we take for granted. And gratitude is not supposed to, you're not supposed to brush everything with like a color of everything's great, all is good. No, I have no pain, everything is fine. No, you have pain. You failed at something, I failed at something. We took the message, we'll hopefully be better next time. Now, in order to get that power to move on and push forward and be consistent, let's be grateful for what we have right now. Think about 3 things. People always say 3. You know what? Let's take it to 5. At least, there are a million things, but 5 things that you could be grateful, things that you took them for granted. I was hiking today for the sunrise and I saw a beautiful flower. I saw the sunrise. Wow, I can see, I can hear. In a second, things disappeared today. So be grateful, okay? That's the 3rd step. The 4th step. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. After you're grateful, now try and teach someone that lesson that you have learned. Try to help someone. After I have failed in business, I went and helped people avoid that mistake. I paid for that mistake a lot of money. And forget about the money, I'm talking right now, about the emotional pain and the pain I also caused others that invested with me. But the feeling that I got, that I knew that later on I helped people to avoid those mistakes. Also, I saved them a lot of money. And also, I helped them avoid that pain. Now, I'm sure they'll go through other failures and it's fine. The point is that at least that one I was able to, reduce that failure from them. Now, when you help other people with the lessons you learned, 2 things happen. Number 1 is you're helping other people. And that's amazing. We're here to serve ourselves and, of course, also a purpose that is greater than ourselves. Number 2, the best way to implement a learning is by teaching other people and then taking action. So the fact that you're teaching someone else, you're benefiting from that because now whatever lessons you just now learned, you're putting them even deeper into your mind. So everyone's benefiting, and everyone is benefiting. The people you help, and of course also yourself. Step number 5, take action. Okay, helping other people is great. Of course, you only say what you know. You don't start making up things you don't know. You have to take action. If you have failed, like I said, that could be the best lesson that you'll ever get, and that could be a huge stepping stone for your growth. But you have to take action. Taking the lessons, putting them on paper is great, and helping other people is great. But if you won't take action, you won't enjoy that growing. So taking action is really, really important. I kind of lost the count over here, but something that is really important to add to the taking action step. Many of you, including me, taking action is not easy after we fail. We lose the belief in ourselves. And without believing in ourselves, it's really hard to move forward. So remember a time or something that you have done that you have succeeded, that you have done well. And I promise you there were things like that. It can't be that they weren't. You're here, you're alive. There are things you succeed with. So remember that time, raise that self-confidence, and then take that action. If we'll summarize all the steps, it's number 1, feel that feeling. Number 2, learn those lessons. Number 3, have gratitude. Number 4, help someone else. Number 5, it's taking action. But in order to take action, you need to get that self-belief in you back. So remember of something that you have done that you have succeeded with. There are always excuses why you can't do, why things won't work, but try to get out of that victim mindset and into that growth mindset. Because if you'll stay in that mindset that, for you, it's hard. Again, I understand it's hard. I'm not taking that away. I'm totally with you. But in order to move on and feel good, you have to grow. You have to take that lesson to the next step. Take a situation in life, whether it's right now if you're feeling like a failure, whether it's something else from the past, whether when you'll feel like a failure in the future, because you will fail, whether you like it or not. Take those 5 steps and help them to turn that failure into a stepping stone to move forward and to let your path and the path of the people surrounding you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.